Tora. For those of you who are not first language speakers, I acknowledge the environment around us and the spirit within this room. I'd like to pay tribute to everyone who has been a part of my journey, my family, my friends, my teachers and mentors, who have helped shape me into the person I am today. Born and bred in Otara, still continue to work, live, and play here. This is our sign of Otara, built from inorganics. And it is a symbol of how we see Otara today. A place of creativity, a place of color, and a place of fun. But Otara is commonly known for many, many negative stereotypes. Low socioeconomic area, low privileges, low decile, low achievers. I'm not sure how low they can put us. But this is my community. These are my people. This is my place. And this is my environment. As an urban Māori growing up in South Auckland, fatherless, disconnected from culture, and a poor reader, didn't give me the greatest start to my education. As a kid, I was what you call a haututu. You know, those kids that never sat still, always touching, always playing with things and pulling things apart. Our inquisitive and curious kids. That was me. I met these brothers here. I met them at intermediate. And they helped me at high school to achieve something that no one in my family has done before, to finish high school. And in my last year, I was presented head prefect for Otahu College. Going to tertiary was foreign for my family, and for someone who couldn't read, it was hard work. I love drawing, I love designing, and I love technology papers. But when it comes to history, I found history extremely difficult, especially for exams. Without the perseverance of my brothers, I probably wouldn't be standing here today. I'm proof that C's get degrees. And in 2011, we all graduated with our masters in architecture. Surrounded by my tipuna, tertiary provided me another opportunity to connect with my roots, my culture, my traditions, my customs, my journey of understanding what it means to be Māori, who we are, and how we see ourselves in this world. Connected to the land, the water, the air, the trees, the birds and the bees. We are all connected. We must think differently about our environment. We must consider ourselves kaitiaki, or guardians of this planet, being ready to hand it down to our future generations. Influenced from what I learned and what I know best, this is my thesis. A project in Otara where I designed the papakainga, or communal village, where communities would share a holistic view that people and nature are connected and must work in harmony with the surrounding landscape. I named my community Te Kainga Whānau Oranga, which means the family house or the family home of well-being. My dream for alternative lifestyle for our people and our community. This is Karen Wilson, my tutor my employer, my life and business mentor, and also my father figure. He taught me many valuable lessons. He inspired me to start and run my own business. He taught me craftsmanship and how to be resourceful, reusing waste or offcuts. He told me this: do what you love and love what you do. Do something that will make you get up every day and look forward to the day ahead. Inspired by Karen, we went out in our own community to look for some resources. And this is what we found: waste. This is how much waste Auckland produces in 1 week. It's as big as the rugby field, as tall as the goalpost. This is what we send into our landfills every week, week in, week out. We are all part of this problem, but we all can be a part of the solution. If we break down our waste, it's clear to see that 50% can be turned into beautiful compost. If we all did the simple act of having a compost bin, we would halve the amount of waste that pollutes our land. This is a graph that shows how long our waste takes to break down. And if we look at bottles in particular, right at the bottom, they're not quite sure how long it takes to break down, because the answer is the bottle never breaks down. So here's the situation. Got a degree, or this talent, skill, passion to do something. I couldn't get a job and was unemployed. So we created our own opportunity to inspire the next generation through creativity and sustainability, and our attempt to tackle this problem in our own backyard. This gave birth to the Roots. I reconnected with Martin Leongwai. He's down here somewhere. We share the same interests. We are both architects. We are both from Otara. And we both share the same passion for creativity, community, and sustainability. We wanted to change the world like everyone does. But we knew we had to start in our own backyard. So we created our first project at the Otara Town Centre, where we created a platform for our young people to showcase creativity, innovation, and design, and at the same time understanding environmental issues and sustainability. So we got 8,000 plastic bottles, we got 40 high school students, and we divided them into our 4 tribes, or our 4 elements, with the challenge to design and build sculptures in 1.5 days. This is what our young people created. Highlights for the project was the fact that we achieved what we set out to do, to showcase our young people, creativity and innovation, and to show their commitment and energy. We also convinced 16 schools to work with us and trust us with their students. Fantastic response from the community, with engagement and interaction with our young people. And at the same time, what is possible on a shoestring budget and driven from the heart. One thing we didn't think of, though, was where were we going to put 8,000 plastic bottles now? So in the end, 4,000 came to my backyard, and 4,000 went to Martin's backyard. I'll come back to these soon. Pacifica Festival invited us to do a project. This time we changed the material up. We used bamboo, readily accessible, locally sourced, and we thought, why not this time create sculptures that have a purpose, that have a function, but also has a client. So at the end, we would have life afterwards. We had our 4 tribes again. representing the 4 elements, building 4 sculptures, but this time we were building 4 sculptures for primary schools. Each primary school had their own school garden, and we wanted to set up these sculptures with the idea to grow kai, like strawberries and grapes, up the bamboo to become edible sculptures. The primary school that received this sculpture, Rosebank School, didn't have a garden, but really keen to get one started. So that led to the next project, which is called the Garden of Avondale. We told Rosebank School, we will help you design and build a vegetable garden completely out of recyclable and sustainable material. And we will use materials like tires, bamboo, cardboard boxes, newspaper, inorganic waste, and 1,500 bottles from my backyard. This was the bare site that we started with, and with the help of the community and the young people of the primary school, we changed this space from this to this. Creating garden beds from tires, a fence line and a sculpture from bamboo, donated soil, mulch, plants and seedlings, and I also donated 1,500 bottles and built them a greenhouse. Yeah. To get the community engaged, we ran 2 community planting days, which allowed them to come in and engage with the garden and to create a sense of ownership. This is what the garden looked like 3 weeks after the event, with 8 garden beds looking like this and raised tire beds spiraling in between. The garden produces enough fresh vegetables to run a small market twice a month after school. All proceeds goes back into the garden to purchase more seeds, and leftover vegetables are given to the less fortunate families within the school. Earlier this week, I was asked to go back to the school as they were doing a small doco about how the garden started, and it was great to see and listen to the kids explain how much this garden means to them, their school, and their community. As for the rest of our bottles, still sitting in our backyard, this is Martin's backyard, by the way, he stacked this nicely. Mine are just in a big pile. But we knew we had to start to repurposing these bottles and start creating things out of them. So an opportunity was presented to us to hold an art exhibition. We got our team in and we started to think about how we can repurpose and reuse these bottles to create artworks. We wanted to create things that looked aesthetically beautiful and artistic, but also provided that function and purpose and was useful for our everyday lives. Aaron Unasa created a carver bowl out of plastic bottles and was sold on our opening night for $450. This is a waka built by one of our high school students who came in on our program. She is now one of our core members of our team. Not for sale on the night, but numerous offers were made. We also run workshops where we teach young people how to create vertical gardens. We understood that if you cut the bottom off the bottle, you created an offcut. We reuse these offcuts to create lights. These lights, suspended from the ceiling or matching bedside lamps, comes in a range of 4 different colors. So if you want to help free up some space in our backyard, come talk to us. Here's another light that we created from offcuts. These offcuts come from the greenhouse at Rosebank School. We want to look at waste as a resource, and in particular, understand the potential from the material. In this instance, the potential of being a translucent material. Here is our 2.0 version, stepping it up a level, using energy-efficient LED lighting systems. But in all honesty, we've got a lot of interest about the artworks that we produce. And we are looking at creating products. We want to encourage our young people through creativity and social entrepreneurship. We want to create an income for our young people. Hopefully employment, and one day, maybe, be a business owner, while at the same time doing our part for the planet. We are the roots. We are a creative business. We are a movement. We are a network. We're just acting, doing, and responding to the needs in our community. We took a moment to stop and look at what we achieved, to understand what we were doing, what we were about, and where we wanted to go. From this, we developed our 5 principles. Roots. Always know who you are and where you're from. Intergenerational. Working and learning from all ages. Creativity. Using our gifts and our talents. Sustainability. We are kaitiaki, or guardians of our planet. Thinking sustainably by acting locally. And community, always adding value and giving more back to the communities that we work with. Hopefully, this talk has inspired you to think differently about waste. But if not, I'll leave you with this. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your resources. And don't waste your talent.